Welcome back. You know what video you've clicked on, so I'm just gonna get straight into it. First thing you're gonna want to do is grab yourself a gathering set. You don't need everything I've got here. The essential skills are polar mobility, master gatherer, and the 3 points of geologist for the extra mine. I put stamina skills on my set because you're going to be doing a mining loop and running around a lot. The para resistance and the flinch free are also both nice for the best boys that try and paralyze you and knock you around. Stealth is also quite nice for stopping the smaller monsters from bugging you. Start up an investigation in the Hoarfrost Reach. The specific type of investigation doesn't matter at all, however it does need to have increased mining nodes. Otherwise the method will be way less efficient. I'll quickly compare the mining nodes with and without the increased mining node investigation. Here you can see without, and here you can see with. You see the extra couple of red mining nodes that have spawned, one in each of the 3 sort of clusters. They're the clusters we're going to be looping around and visiting. So you're essentially like increasing your output by a third, which is a pretty big gain. As for food skills, you need Feline Harvester. It makes the mining nodes respawn quicker. Exchanger I have doesn't actually contribute to this. You're going to want to start at the shipwrecked camp and follow the path that I'm showing now. I'll quickly draw it on the map for you. This loop involves visiting each of the hot spring areas. They have 2 or 3 of the red mining nodes each, and these mining nodes drop some of the best materials for Steamworks. You'll notice that I'm taking a bit of a detour up and to the right. You don't have to do this on the first loop. However, what you'll find is that the loop actually is too quick for the red nodes to respawn straight away. So usually I just take this detour at first. You go up and around, and as you'll see on the screen, some of those blue mining nodes are just about respawning as I'm getting to them, which means that this loop is incredibly tight. Mine each of the red mining nodes. You should be getting 4 mines each if you have 3 points of geologist on your set. Again, we're taking another slight detour with this mining node just because we're waiting for some of the other red ones to respawn. You can skip over these if you'd like and just wait for the red ones to respawn. It doesn't make much of a difference. However, the blue nodes on this map, as you'll see, definitely do drop the dragon vein shards. They're worth the detour usually. Again, you'll notice a slight detour. All of the detours I'm taking, all of the blue mining nodes I'm mining are just because the loop itself was reaching the red nodes before they respawned. Feel free to mess with the structure, take different detours, find different mining nodes. Alright, and after you've visited the 3rd hot spring, you have finished the loop. You're going to walk back to the shipwrecked camp and start the process all over again. Don't forget to deposit materials inside the item box if you've run out of space. So from that one run, we earned more than 200 dragon vein shards, which is more than 4,000 fuel points, which is more than enough for the save scumming method we're about to use. The method itself is basically brute force. We're just going to keep rolling and resetting, but we're going to do it in a slightly more clever way than that. we're basically rolling hundreds of dice. There are 6 possible outcomes. They all seem equally likely as far as I can tell. And the thing is, you can't like save scum it the old-fashioned way. You can't roll 100 of them, see what the results are, and then come back in afterwards and expect them to all be the same. It seems to reset per load. So unfortunately, no joy in that regard. Now the problem is, if we just roll 100 dice and keep resetting until we get 66s, or 100s, or 96s, or whatever it is you're going for, you're going to be here for hours. What we really need is some infrequent rare events to reset based on. And that's what we have. We have the red drops and we have the Steam build-up bonus events. So what I do is I'll usually pick a number, 30 to 50 rolls, somewhere between there. I'll keep rolling, and if I don't like what I see in those 30 to 50 rolls, if I don't get at least one bonus event and like a couple of red drops that are good, like heavy armor spheres, I'll usually reset. Okay, but the thing is, Overdrive is kind of garbage. After the first 1 or 2 drops, everything seems to only be dropping the King Armor Spheres, which are nice, but I don't think they're worth all of this effort. I think it's probably going to be linked to a timed event in the future or something. They're going to reset it, so when that happens and Steam becomes valuable, then obviously go ahead and reset for Steam. But at the moment, the only way we seem to be able to get the Celestial tickets is through the red drops. Oh, and they do drop through the red drops, by the way. I know it seems super unlikely, maybe even impossible, but I've posted footage to Twitter of it happening, so it definitely does happen. It's just very rare. But yeah, so that's the strat. You keep rolling, and the thing is, it gets kind of tedious to keep an eye on it the whole time. So I'll tell you the strat that I've been using. I tie down the R2 button with my hairband or with whatever you got lying around the house. I let it play. I let it roll for an entire overdrive, which usually takes about 1,500 fuel or so. And then I check the results at the end. I hear my controller vibrate, I know it's done, I'll check my results, and if I get a ticket, I'll save, and if I don't, I'll reset and get my fuel back, and just keep repeating this over and over again. Doesn't take too long, and you can do it automated. You can tie up your controller, and then just watch something else on that monitor. I have a HDMI splitter, so I've been playing Forager all day, and catching up on Marvel movies. You do whatever you like, and just have it playing in the background. So yeah, that's the strat that I've been using. Just having it play in the background, and then I reset. I've actually been doing 2 overdrives at a time because I'm incredibly lazy and I have a lot of points. But your mileage may vary. You could also do less than 1 overdrive. You could keep an eye on it and reset after every 400 fuel spent. It's really up to you. The question is, you've got to make a value judgment on how often you're willing to go in and reset the game, basically. Oh, I hope that made sense. Good luck and happy scumming. Oh, also sub.